milkshake halli mo. Galet. Galne gåsa. Tross. Get down! Hakana sagamos. La venido. Garama!
Hello, fellow compatriots. This is your host, Tribichan here, and today we're going to be taking a look at Hornet from Hollow Knight. Now, I have never played Hollow Knight. Well, that's a lie. I did play Hollow Knight once, and only once. I have not played Silksong. I haven't played most of the games or anything at all. I just saw a lot of like fan art and animations in regards to Hornet. Especially the fact that she is basically, if from my understanding, like one of the very few characters to actually have audio voice lines, apparently. And also is a difficult boss or fun boss. Again, let me know in the comments down below for all y'all gamers out there. But yeah, so this is my take on Hornet, and she is a kinetic sculpture. So there's not so much in terms of range of articulation for this one. Again, I'm low on system. Now, typically when it comes to system builds, the sculpting on this could be a lot better. Because in the past, I have made brick built models, and they tend to look a lot more polished than what you see here. So Hello Kitty just said hello, and now she's saying goodbye. So yeah. With that out of the way, let's go into before we go into articulation and functions, let's figure out how tall Hornet actually is. So from the base of the stand, base of the ground she's on to the top of her head, she's about 7 inches tall, centimeter measurement up in the corner, and from the base all the way to the top, I would say it looks like 10 1/4 of an inch tall, centimeter measurement up in the corner. All right, let's go ahead and start from the bottom in terms of articulation. Matter of fact, let's take her off the stand first, because she can come off the stand. Because the original plan was for her to be a posable figure through and through. Whoop. There we go. So, whoop. Again, she was. I would have designed her to be able to operate on her lonesome, but again, I'm low on parts, so only side movement. She would have had more articulation in the legs. Arms are static. She has a bit of a lean, but that's mainly due to the transformation, not so much in articulation in terms of the head. And this arm is also static, and there's her needle. It's not a sword, it's a needle. I can tell from, like, because I do sewing, so, like, I recognize it, and this is, like, the closest thing I could approximate to it. And also, it kind of matches the aesthetic. The eyes are a little bit too high. They're supposed to be lower. Again, low in parts. And then to just clip her back on. Again, this isn't the first kinetic sculpture I made. I have made others in the past, and they tend to have a higher quality sculpt than what is here. So, and there we go. and you can drape her fabric, her cloth, in this configuration, so that it kind of covers her up for the most part, and you can even like close it up more if you really need to. However, I noticed some people like to illustrate her with the cloak almost to the back. So I made an option where you can just clip these in. Again, not exactly the most superficial connection, but you know, it works. And pulls a clasp it back just enough so that when she is... Oh, and that just popped off right there. Again, that happens. That actually happens a lot more often than you think. There we go. And that droops back, and it kind of creates the folds in her fabrics. But yeah, so for the movement wise, there is, for play features, there is a crank, and you have to twist it clockwise. It's very important to twist it clockwise. I put what could have been an option where it's like a one-way directional gear, but I had a different plans for this stand instead of like what I ended up with. And to actually get this all in frame here, let's go ahead and do that. And you twist the crank. And there she goes. She wiggle. She go wiggle diggle. And then it converts back up. So how this works is there is, if you notice, there was a universal a hinge in one of her legs, and that goes all the way up in her torso to allow for the different positions she will do. So instead of like her idle like side to side, she can also do the spider dance. So this is supposed to imitate like a spider dance, or like she's getting ready to attack. Though it can also be interpreted that she's just shaking her booty. That's also an option. Again, all depends on the mood for the day, apparently. But yeah, so that is Hornet. If you want me to go ahead and see me upgrade this so that it looks more accurate and has a better stand, be sure to go ahead and let me know in the comments down below. And the best way to go ahead and support my work is through ascendingdepths.etsy.com, where you can go ahead and purchase Bionicle brain stocks. I sell buildable figures as well. And not only that, but you can check out the lore and story of Ascending Depths through Ascending Depths Media. So be sure to go ahead, check out www.ascendingdepthsmedia.com to go ahead and learn the latest about the lore, and also interact with fans and learn a little bit more about this project that I've been working on for the past 4 years. But yeah, that is honestly like the best way to go ahead and support my work, so you can see me maybe purchase some more Lego in this rough economy. But anyways, that's all for now, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye guys!